Hi everyone, Radhe Radhe. In this video, we're going to do chapter 13, verse 6. Prabhupada has merged 6 and 7 together. We're just going to do 6 separately as usual. Swami Kundanand has not merged them, and both of them they have explained in detail. This is a very technical verse. So, okay, let's sing the prayers and then we'll sing the verse together. ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय. Dear Bhagwan Shri Krishna, thank you for giving us this verse. Thank you for giving us access to it. And thank you for giving us such good explanations in both the commentaries. Thank you for giving us the motivation to do these verses, to study, to learn, and to come closer to you. Please increase that motivation in us step by step. Please help. Thank you. Okay, so let's. Okay, so let me. Okay, I hope you can see the screen. Okay, so let's sing the verse together. Mahabhutanyahangkaro buddhiravyaktamev cha indriyani dashaikam cha pancha chendriya gochara. The 5 great elements, so this is very technical, there are 24 things here. The 5 great elements, the false ego, the intelligence, the unmanifested, the 10 senses and the mind, the 5 sense objects, and then I think this is the next part. This part is the next part. All these are considered to be the field of activities and its interactions. So let's read this one because it's only 6. The field of activities is composed of 5 great elements: ego, intellect, unmanifest primordial matter, 11 senses, which are 5 knowledge senses, 5 working senses, and the mind, and the 5 objects of the senses. Okay. So the 24 elements that are the Pancha Mahabhut. So the 5 gross elements are earth, water, fire, air, space. Pancha Tanmatras, 5 sense objects: taste, touch, smell, sight, sound. So I think, is he talking about there? Not exactly here, I guess. Yeah, so these are the sense objects, not the senses, but the sense objects. The 5 senses, the voice, hands, legs, genitals, anus, these are the 5 working senses. And then there are 5 knowledge senses: ears, eyes, tongue, skin, and nose. This is what we know typically. Then the mind, intellect, ego, and prakriti, which is the primordial form or unmanifest form of material energy. The Krishna uses the word Dashaikam, 10 plus 1, to indicate 11 senses. So 5 knowledge senses and 5 working senses. In 1022, he had mentioned that amongst the senses, he is the mind. That's a nice thing to remember or to remind us of. Okay, so one may wonder why the sense objects have been included. He explains this so beautifully when they exist outside the body. And the reason is that when we think about the sense objects, they reside in a subtle form. So when we're sleeping, when we're dreaming, then even though our gross senses, our eyes and ears are shut, we're not really hearing anything outside, but we can still see and hear because they are in our brain in a subtle form. So then they also exist mentally on the subtle form, and so he's included them because he's referring to the entire field of activity. Some other scriptures also include 5 sense objects while describing the body. Okay, the same knowledge is also expressed in terms of sheaths. So 5 koshas. So we talked about it in the previous verse, where Prabhupada talked about this. So Annamaya kosh is the gross sheath, which is the earth, water, fire, air, space. Pranamaya Kosh is Pran, Apan, whatever, life, air, sheath. Manomaya Kosh, the working senses. Vijnanamaya Kosh, which is the ears, eyes, tongue, skin, and nose. So this is different from what I understood from the free. I don't understand this, so I'm just reading this. Anandmaya Kosh is the bliss sheath, which consists of the ego that makes us identify with the tiny bliss of the body mind intellect mechanism, not of the other thing. Okay, whatever. This is what I understand. Someday I'm going to start to listen to a lecture before I speak on these, or I'm going to do after this. Definitely after or while this process is going, I'm studying the Gita, and I'm going to be studying the Gita in a deeper way. I know exactly some two things that I'm going to study. Both of them are Chaitanya Charan Prabhu, and I know a third one that I want to study from someone else, but I don't have the recordings yet. But I know that I really like them. So these three things I'm going to really dive into and study the like mad. So I really understand what's going on, and I like after this is over. This is going to get over in January if I keep doing only one a day. If I do more a day, then I might be able to do faster. But after this round is over, I'm going to go for another round. I don't know how I'll organize that round, but I'm going to go for another round. And when I do that, then I will be able to go in a much deeper way. But right now, this is my first time going through this along with you guys, and I'm able to share other lectures that I'm listening to while I'm going through this with you. But it'll become deeper and specifically to the verse as well. I'm really looking forward to this. This is something I want to do every day now for the rest of my life, like study Gita every day for the rest of my life. It's extremely, extremely helpful. Okay, so that's it for this verse. We'll do chapter 13, verse 7 in the next video. Wish you a beautiful day filled with lots of spiritual growth and lots of grace by Radha and Krishna. Radhe Radhe.